Hello everyone and welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop. This is Colin and today we're going to start a playthrough of Legends of Andor Part 3, The Last Hope, designed by Michael Menzel and published by Cosmos Game. Now, you may have heard of Legends of Andor. That is the first game in this trilogy. Then there's The Journey North. That's the second one. And here is the third and final one of the series. Now, this is a standalone game. So the first one, Legends of Andor, and then the second one was an expansion to the first one. But this one you can play on your own and just recently came out in the United States. So I thought that's why I decided to do this one for the playthrough. We're going to do Legend 12. Legend 11 is basically just teaching you how to play the game. So we're going to do the first one in this box, Legend 12. There will be some spoilers, so if you're really worried about spoilers, you might not want to watch this. But if you want to see if this game is for you, there's still Legends 13 through 17 that you'll be able to play on your own. I am going to be playing a solo playthrough of this, but I am going to be using 4 characters. Yeah, we're going to have fun. And I will say I have not played this legend yet. So anybody that has, feel free to make comments and suggestions because I'm not going to know. From what I hear, you usually lose the game the first or 1 or 2 times even before you win because you don't really know what the strategy is. So if we lose, that's fine. I just want to show you the game and have a great experience. Now you can see from the board itself here, first of all, it's probably the prettiest board you're ever going to see because, yeah, it's amazing. But you're going to see I've already set the board up. I'm going to talk about what I did. I'll show you the cards, but we're not going to go through each thing because this game does take forever to set up. And I don't want to waste your time setting up the board, but I'll show you how I knew where to place things, and then we'll go from there. One of the first steps in setting up the game is choosing your heroes. The game comes with 4 heroes, and so I'm going to play with all of them because I couldn't decide which one I wanted to play with, and I think you can see the full experience playing with all 4 characters. You can play all 4 solo like I'm doing. You can also play just 2 characters for solo as well. Our first character here is Pasco, and he's going to be our archer. He and one of our other characters, Bait, have worked together in the past, so they're going to kind of know each other, have some experience. They like working together, so they're going to work together in this quest. Pasco starts with a special ability. So each battle round, Pasco rolls his dice 1 at a time and decides when to stop rolling. You'll see how that works in the playthrough. I'm not going to explain that now. Only his final roll will count. He can also attack a creature from an adjacent space, which is really cool. Something that's a little bit different from the prior 2 games, each of your heroes will start with a second special ability. For Pasco, only the archer can select this new brew drink action. When he carries the kettle on his hero board, which you'll start with a kettle, he may hand over 2 star herbs and turn them into 1 witch's brew for 1 hour of time on the time track. If he only has 1 star herb, he can get a half witch's brew, but that too will still cost 1 hour. And the Witch's Brew will allow you to double your dice roll value in battle, which is awesome. You can see here on his player board, we have his kettle. He'll start at 2 strength, which will be important for when he's fighting, and his willpower will be 7, which will denote how many dice he gets to roll in battle. Lastly, you just have his picture over here. It shows he can hold a total of 3 inventory items, a shield, something on his head, and yeah, he looks pretty sweet. Bait over here is our dwarf, and Bait and Pasco, they kind of remind me a little bit of Legolas and Gimli. They love to egg each other on. They like to fight and be the one that wins. So we'll see how that affects the gameplay. Bait's first special ability is when Bait cannot hand over any provisions, either apple nuts or star herbs at sunrise, she only loses 4 willpower points instead of 8. If she's able to hand over a provision at sunrise, she will get 6 willpower points or 1 strength point. Yeah, so she's hardy. She can deal with not having food, and when she does have food, she gets stronger. Her second ability is about obtaining 5 additional strength points in battles on cave spaces, and always rolls with 3 dice, independently of what her willpower is. She will also start at 2 strength, and you see normally at 7 she'd only roll 2 dice, but because of her second ability, she'll always roll 3 dice, even if she's only at 1 willpower. She's still a strong dwarf. And I've got to say, I really like her art. I think she looks totally awesome. Look at that axe that she's carrying. That probably weighs like 100 pounds, and she's just carrying it like it's 2 pounds. Lefardus is our wizard. He has a special ability that each battle round, he can turn his rolled die into the opposite side immediately after rolling. When fighting together, he can apply this ability to another hero's die instead. That is awesome. His second ability is all about the magic books. I've placed the 3 magic books with their closed side face up. He can spend an action to look up magic spells. It takes him 1 hour to look up one of his magic spells. Then he gains that for the rest of the game. There's light magic, healing magic, and portal magic. And we'll go through all 3 of those in the playthrough. Here we have his 3 books. And he starts with 7 willpower and 2 strength. He still can hold 3 inventory items as well as a shield and maybe a headgear if you'd like. And last we have Marion, the fairest warrior of the land. And let's be honest, she's got red hair. She's probably from Ireland. Her first special ability is that when she chooses the move action, Mary can move one other hero with her. She does not have to stop in order to pick them up or to drop them off. It also works when just passing through. So as she's going through, she can have somebody jump up onto her horse and come with her, which is pretty cool. Her second ability is about this white cube. So you place this white cube on the warrior's strength point track at a number that is 2 higher than her current strength point value. That is her strength. She'll always have that white cube 2 spaces higher than her actual strength. So from now on, the strength point value indicated by the white cube will count for the first battle round. In all subsequent rounds of the same battle, the value is the blue cube. So that first attack shall be really strong, which is nice. She also will start with 2 strength, but then her first attack in each round will be at 4, and she has 7 willpower, which means she'll roll 3 dice. The next part of setup, you'll want to grab the Grey Mountains checklist. This will be used for Legends 12 through 16. Legend 17, the final one, you'll use a different checklist. This will be, setting up all of your heroes the right way. Technically, you start with 1 strength point, but this specific scenario is going to tell us 2. You always start at 7 willpower. It tells you to get all the creatures together. There's these hero crests, which you'll shuffle up and have face down. You'll then flip the card over, get your dice together, get different tokens together. One of the big things, you'll have your event deck. So this is our event deck. I've had it shuffled already, so I have that on the board. You also have fog tokens, and they're these gray tokens. There's 22 of them. You shuffle them up and just place them on the board as indicated. You'll also do this with the 3 spring tokens. Now, the 3 spring tokens actually have a different willpower gain. So if you go to this spring, you gain 2 willpower. There's another one where you gain 3 and another you gain 4. So what you do is you shuffle them up face down, place them out on the board, and then flip them face up. I've also shuffled up all the cave tokens and randomly placed 6 of them on the board as indicated. Now, this is important. Get the golden shield card ready. This is essentially how the game scales. With 2-player, you can allow 3 monsters or creatures to move into camp before you lose. With 3 players, you can only let 2, and with 4, which is the way I'm playing, we can only allow 1 creature into the camp. If we allow a second one, we lose the game. You'll also want to make sure to place the narrator pawn on A of the board. We kind of go through specifically a story as we go A, B, C, D, and so on and so forth. We also are going to be told where to place these star tokens, as that means something we're going to have to do when we get to that spot. So that helps us remember, hey, let's read that next legend card. As we continue on with our journey of setting up, we make sure we have all of our legend cards in alphabetical and numerical order. So A1 comes before A2, and so on and so forth. So this legend is called the Pale King. And we'll flip this over, and as you can see, there's a ton more text. So this is telling us where to set up different items. We have our camp on space 201. We've shuffled up our movement tokens. We've randomly drawn one of the 2 Hurl Drawings cards. I've already rolled the gray die 4 times to randomly place our 4 heroes. We have the fire shield at the camp, and we have already placed our first star herb. Star herb can be used in place of apple nuts at the end of each round when we have to eat some food. Now to the fun part, the story. The light was fading. The heroes of Andor were standing watch. They had distributed themselves around the camp. A few days before, they had been woken by cries in the middle of the night. Skeleton warriors had penetrated the camp unnoticed and had tried to rob the Andori. Then the witness reported seeing a skeleton of golden crown leading the others. The heroes had consulted among themselves and wanted to take up the hunt of the Pale King, as the Andori called him, as soon as possible. To find him, the heroes wanted to seek out the shy mountain folk and request their counsel. Our task is, before the narrator reaches the letter G on the legend track, the heroes must uncover the 3 mountain folk 1, 2, and 3 instruction cards. To uncover each card, the heroes must activate a fog or cave token with a green-skinned man depicted on it. Place the marker ring on letter G. Yep, and I've already done that. Suddenly, a wild clamor echoed from the north. The dark creatures had gathered themselves for a new attack on the camp. We now place our Vargers and our mountain Skrulls on these locations. Already have taken care of that. Armored mountain Skrulls and Vargers, muttered one of the heroes. This won't be easy. And once again the image of the force shield appeared unbidden before his eyes. The fire shield! Not all the heroes were happy about this discovery of the last of the 4 shields. All of them feared its destructive power. Should they use it? A hero standing on Space 201 can collect the fire shield. Yeah, it sounds like it might be good and it might not be. For each side of the fire shield, the hero who carries it may place a fire token on the space where he currently is standing. It will remain there until the end of the legend. A hero standing on a space with a fire token drops to 3 willpower points and can never rise above 3 willpower points for the rest of the legend. Creatures also drop to 3 willpower points when they are standing on a space with a fire token, but they immediately regain their normal willpower point value when they leave the space. A hero that's carrying one of the powerful shields, such as the Storm Shield, can use one side of that shield to protect themselves from losing those willpower points. The carrier of the Fire Shield can do that with the remaining second side as well. For equipment, each hero starts with 2 strength points and 7 willpower points. In addition, 2 strength points are allocated to the group. The group of heroes also obtains 1 apple nuts, the Storm Shield, and the telescope. So the Storm Shield can help prevent damage, the telescope allows you to reveal some of the fog tokens, and the apple nuts allows us to be able to eat food so we don't lose 8 willpower at the end of a day. I'm kind of thinking the 2 additional strength points should both go to our warrior Marion. She will be a killing machine. When you add her +2 for her first attack, I feel like that's a good starting point. I'm not sure about the shield. The shield allows you to prevent damage up to 2 times. I'm still kind of thinking Marion, but I'm curious what you guys think. The apple nuts, I'm thinking of giving that to our wizard. And then I've already said the Storm Shield. And then the telescope, I'm thinking of giving it to Pasco. Based on our random setup, Lafardis and Bait are over here starting at spot 234. Pasco is way over here at 218, and we have Marion over here at 231. We've got caves over here. You can see all these fog tokens. So we've got lots of things that we can search trying to find that green people or the green man. We do have to watch out. We have 3 mountain Skrulls right over here, plus this one coming in. And you can see this is a road. This road goes directly to our camp. And as they move forward, they're going to push each other forward at the end of this first day. So I've got to decide if maybe it's worth taking one of them out to try and prevent that. And I do have one of those Varbergs way in the back behind them, and they move 2 times each phase, or each day. So it's going to be interesting to see what we can do. I'm going to stop this here. I'm curious what you guys think for those initial equipments, and then from there, we'll jump into the playthrough. I am hoping to get this done before I go to Alaska. We leave for Alaska on this coming Sunday. So, hoping to get your feedback quickly, and then I can get the next video up. Maybe we can do this in maybe 1 or 2 videos. We'll see. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you at the next stop.